Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnettians out there in Gwinnett land, all of you around the world listening to the sound of my voice. It is a nice day here in Gwinnett County, raining. It's raining, y'all. It poured down last night. Do you hear me? 75 degrees going up to a high of 86. Last night, it got it in. It started raining, and then it started thundering. I was like, whoa, and lightning. And so it's funny because when I walk in my house, there's a big window that you can see just like me walking through. So you can see the lightning just come through the window. So I had to walk to the kitchen, and that window is over the doorway, but it's a big old window. And as I was walking to the kitchen, that lightning struck, and I was like, "Ow!" So I was ducking the lightning last night. But it's still gonna be raining today, and that's okay. It's only gonna be a 20% chance of rain, so that's nice. And it's gonna be 86. So I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I did. Let me tell y'all what I discovered. I discovered that there is a park literally 5 minutes from my house called Freeman Mill Park that has a mill wheel, and it also has a waterfall. I did not know that. So my daughter took these amazing pictures. I'm going to post them later on the website. And I was like, where is that? She's like, it's literally around like 5 minutes away. And there's a waterfall. And so yesterday I had to see it for myself. I saw her pictures. They came out beautiful, but I wanted to see the waterfall for myself. So we went back over to the park, and people out there, I felt like my husband was like, oh, this is like the Blue Lagoon, because it's like one of the best kept secrets in Gwinnett. It's like a little lagoon, and people were diving off the rocks into the water. The waterfalls, it was crazy, y'all. It's beautiful though, but the mosquitoes started to bite me, so I had to get out of there. I had to get up out of there. But anyway, yeah. So today is check this out, and I got to tell y'all one more story before I get on with our word from the week with Georgette. Today is National Matchmakers Day. Yep. If you looking for love, today is your day, National Matchmakers Day. So I got to tell y'all this quick story. So we were in the park. My daughter took me to the park so I could see the waterfall yesterday, right? So it was me, her, the baby, and my husband went to the park to see the waterfall. So the day before, my mother gives away. She always call and give away stuff. So people always come to our house to pick up something we give away, which is good because we got a lot of stuff we need to give away. So Saturday was a pickup day for the guys to come pick up some stuff. Anyway, the guy come to pick up some stuff. So we had like a walker, a stroller, like a playpen, all the stuff that the baby can't use. So my mother said, boy, it's taking him a long time to come out of the garage. I said, so gosh, she's like, yeah, so he's probably talking to Dominique. So he's talking to Dominique. We knew he was talking to her because he took too long to come out and put the stuff on the truck. So apparently he was trying to talk to Dominique. So she just shook her head. She's like, she said the dating pool. Listen to this, y'all, because I was crying. She said the dating pool out here for being single, the dating pool is full of pee. I thought I would roll. I was crying. She's like, the dating pool is full of pee. First, I had to realize what she said. I said, what did she say? She's like, the dating pool. The pool that you're dating is full of pee. I thought I would roll, but I just had to tell y'all that because it's National Matchmakers Day. So maybe you won't get a pool that's full of pee. But apparently the pool is full of pee. I was dying laughing when she told me that. I said, I got to talk about that on the show. That was hilarious. But anyway, all right, so Georgette is here today to bring us the word for the week. I think we made it last week. We have been struggling trying to get that word to y'all because let me tell y'all something. Stuff happens all the time on the network. Stuff happens all the time on the show. I plan certain things, and sometimes it just don't happen. Sometimes Georgette plans certain things that don't happen, but we try to make it work. But nonetheless, she's here this morning to give you the word of the week. So welcome, Georgette, for the word of the week.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, Gwinnettians. How are you out there? Hope you guys had a great week and a beautiful weekend. So, I've got word of the week, so let's get started here. I'm going to hold y'all up. I know y'all like some horoscope too, so let's get it moving.
Yeah, they love horoscope.
Hold on. They'll be like, moving on. Let's get some horoscopes done. All right.
She's shuffling the cards just so y'all know. That's what that noise is. It's shuffling the cards.
I can shuffle my cards. It's a brand new week, so let's see what's gonna be chosen for everybody out there. All right. Wow. Okay. I always say that every word. I just love all my words. I love words. So, all right, this is a really good one. It's really powerful. So the word for the week is that you are significant.
Ooh.
I know. See? Did I tell you?
That's a powerful
that
word right
powerful.
there. Yeah.
It's a powerful word, significant, meaning that you're important, that you bring something to the table every single day, that you have an effect on people. And I know a lot of times that word, I know when I do my sessions with people, Audrey, that's one of the words that shows up that literally stops people in their tracks. Significant. It is hard for them to say a lot of times because I think a lot of times we don't feel like the things that we bring to the table or the things that we have is valuable or significant. But I'm here to tell you that everything that you do is significant in life. I mean, everything that you do, from the time that you raise your children to the belief that that you instill in them are significant. It helps guide them along their way into life. So you have to remember that you are significant. The things that you say are important. That you are meant to be here. That your ideas, that your words, and how you go about your life is significant. It changes people's lives. Every time you meet somebody, you have an opportunity to change their lives, to change how they see something, as well as how you see things. You are significant. That's why you're here. Everybody has their own purpose and their own reason for being here on this planet, and you are worthy. So significant kind of goes with that word "worthy" that we had, and I want you guys to just make sure that you write these words down and that you start to feel the energy behind these words, because a lot of times these words will show up, and a lot of people don't believe those things about themselves. And you cannot believe things about yourself if you don't practice the belief of it. And so you have to start being that. You have to start taking that energy and using it and imparting it in your own life. So I just want you guys to know that not just this week you are significant, but you are always significant. And I want you to just say that for yourself. And if you have a problem learning how to use affirmations, go to dynamiclifeenterprise.com and just download the free affirmation infographic that's there. It'll show you different ways to use that, because I really want you to use these words during the week. I think that's so important because it helps you to start to believe in all the amazing qualities that you have within you. So this week and forever, you are significant.
I am significant. I am significant. Let me tell you something. That was a word that kind of stumped me when Georgette and I first did the word exchange. I think that's the word that came up for me. And I'm like, significant. I'm like, woo, that's a loaded word. Because here's the thing. Just like Georgette said, a lot of times we don't celebrate ourselves. We just do not. Right? Now, we got some people out there that celebrate themselves all the time and way too much. I'm just not. They're called narcissists. But then for the most of us, we don't celebrate ourselves because we don't feel like what we do matters or what we do is significant or it's enough. I'm not gonna even front y'all. That has been a pain in my butt of being enough for a very long time. And what I realized, like later on in life, I realized that I felt like I was not enough because I had daddy issues. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm 40 years old and I still have daddy issues. Well, there's a lot of us out there like that. And for me, it was not being enough, like not being significant, because I felt like he left us. That was the first thing that happened. The second thing that happened was when he left us, he didn't do anything for us. That's my brother and I. That was the second thing that happened. The third thing that happened was when he finally did see us, the first thing he said was a bad comment about my hair, right? That was the third thing. And then the fourth thing that kind of broke the camel back was when I went to go visit him in San Diego, and he hadn't given us nothing. I was 19. He hadn't given us nothing since I was 12. And when I get off the plane, the first thing he wanted to do was take us to the mall to buy his wife a gift. So I was pissed. Mm-hmm. So for me, nothing I did was ever enough. So when I got grown and I started to be an entrepreneur, I was trying to find something to make me significant in his eyes, right? Not really understanding that I had to be significant in my own eyes. So that is a hugely powerful word. And when I learned that that's what I needed to do for myself, things started to change. Now, let me just tell you, I'm still a work in progress when it comes to that, because you talk about 45, 50 years of me feeling not enough for my father, right? Mm-hmm. And realizing, okay, that was the issue. That was an issue. I have to deal with that constantly because I still make things really, really big because I always feel like it's never enough. It's like going to therapy all the time. And so I'm a work in progress all the time when it comes to that. Like people look at my life and I've accomplished a lot because I was never enough for him. So I'm always doing all this stuff, and I'm always making things way too big because in his eyes, I thought that I wasn't significant. Now, what I could tell you guys, when he passed away, there was a gentleman at his funeral, and this is what broke me down, and I still had to deal with this after the fact. There was a gentleman at his funeral that said, who they got? My brother and I was about to get in the limousine. They was about to take us to the airport. And so I heard this guy ask somebody else, who are they? And someone said, oh, those are his kids. Because he had another son. He had 2 stepchildren in California. And so someone said, oh, those are his kids from New Jersey. And so the guy came over to us and he was praising my father like what a good man he was and how he helped him change his life. And I'm thinking, really? Like, you ain't do, what I really want to say, he ain't do nothing for us, but you know what I really want to say, he ain't do for us, right? That's what I really want to say. And he was like, yeah. And then he said, and he was so proud of you guys. That broke me down. He was like, he talked about you all the time because he was so proud of you guys. That broke me to pieces. Now, here's the thing. By that time, Georgette and I had invented the doll. I had been in national magazines, national television, national radio. I had been everywhere. And he had a suitcase with all my stuff in it. All the articles that had ever been written about me. My brother has it now. My brother wanted to keep it, so he has it. All the articles that had ever been written about me, just all the books I had ever written, they were all in this suitcase at his house in Vegas. Because he had moved to Vegas. And, yeah, so when we flew back, we had to fly back to San Diego because that's where he had lived with his wife, and she passed like 11 months before he did. So and he moved to Vegas after she passed because he said he always wanted to live in Vegas. And he moved to Vegas, bought this beautiful house in Vegas, and he lived there for 11 months. He passed away, and then we had to fly him back to San Diego to be buried. And so he had a suitcase in his house in Vegas with all of my stuff in it. And I was like, wow. My pain was he never said that stuff to us. And so although it was somewhat comforting, that felt like okay, he did care. We did matter. I knew my brother mattered. He and my brother were like, they had a really good relationship. Out of the 3 of us, my dad and my middle brother had the best relationship. My brother loved him. He loved my brother, and that was evident to everybody. I just felt like he never loved me at all, and I think Michael probably felt the same way. So Michael and I kind of had our own struggles with my dad. My brother, the coach, he did not. He didn't have those struggles. And so, but what I said, I shared that story to say that made me the person I am, which is kind of like an overachiever. Ooh, not a good thing, y'all. Ooh, not a good thing. An overachiever trying to.
All of us do that. All of us have those things in our lives. All of us have those lessons, and I think what's important is to understand that we're always in progress.
Yeah.
We're always in process.
Yeah.
And I think even when we share these words and you share your inspiration and you share what you do on the show, at the end of the day, we're still always in progress of becoming better.
Right.
Within ourselves, for ourselves, because I think when we look at the word significant, just like you said, we're looking at making sure that we're significant to other people and how they see us. And I think you have to think about how significant you are to yourself as well, and the things that you do, and be okay with that. And I think that's a challenge for everybody. I mean, I do a lot of inner journey work, and because I do all of this, I'm always still in the process of inner journey work. It's always, and I think you said that last week. It's not the destination, right? It's the journey to the destination. The journey along, it's life, and things happen and things show up, and things show up from 40 years ago or 50 years ago, and you're like, how does that affect my life? But it does. And so you have to always know that you're still in process and you're still in progress, but you can make changes. And so sometimes these words either reveal things, which I love, and they show up so people know where they have to, do their work at. That's important too. Where do you have to do the work at? When a word strikes you, you're like, I thought I felt that way about myself, or I thought, that I did feel significant. But when you have to say it and own it, it reveals a lot more. I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. It's just the lessons that you have to learn along the way, and at the end of the day, you know that you're significant. And it has nothing to do. it was kind of how your father dealt with you, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be, at the end of the day, how you feel about you.
Right. And it took me a minute to understand that. So, listen, we ain't mean to get off on a tangent. I know y'all waiting for the horoscopes, but I just had to, that word was, because that was the first word that came up for me when Georgette did the cards with me. And I was like, oh, significant, right? Because I didn't feel it, right? And I still struggle. It's almost like being like a person with an addiction, right? And you have to work on not having the addiction. Because you're gonna always be an addict, right? If you don't work on that, and so I'm like a work in progress all the time, and I understand that. That's why when I talk to you guys about living my best life and eating properly and listening to certain audios and certain podcasts and certain YouTubes, I have to. That's stuff I have to constantly feed myself to stay. Because otherwise, I have a business as big as this house. Because it'll just keep growing, and you won't know about it unless you listen to this show. Because that's who I am. It's like I have to add a piece. I don't know if it was a story about this woman. She built this house, and it's a true story. I can't think of the name of the story, and I promise I'm going to do the horoscopes in a minute. But her husband was I think it was Smith & Wesson his wife. Her husband sold all these guns that killed all these people in the war, right? And so they told her, and I think it was something like, in order for her husband's spirit to rest or something, she had to build this house. But she had to keep building on the house to keep the spirits away. Something crazy like that. And the woman, the house was humongous, y'all. When I tell you that house was like so big, because she kept building. And she never stopped building. She died and she was still building that house. And so finally, when she died, the house stopped being built. It was crazy. It was like a work in progress. I think it was Smith & Wesson. And go back and read the story. It's his wife, and he died, and she felt guilty about all the people that died because of guns. Mm-hmm. And she built this house, and she just kept building it and kept building it. But she probably went crazy building that house, because I don't think she ever had a life outside of her husband, because she spent the rest of her life building that house, and she kept. It was huge. Like it was a documentary or something I was watching, because I like all that stuff, but. That's who we are. That's what happened. So listen, okay, let's get on with our horoscope. So we're going to go ahead and bring you the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrology. Georgette, you're welcome to stick around if you like for the rest of the show.
I'll hang out.
Okay, cool. We're going to bring you our horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrology. Michael Thiessen for today, August the 31st. It is the 31st of August, y'all. Oh my God, tomorrow is September 1. Ooh, time is a flying. All right, Aries. Opportunities to upgrade your living standards will come through your lover or through joint financial investments. Avoid getting too close to coworkers or employers. Don't depend on coworkers to help. They may only hold you back. All right. Listen, don't depend on your coworkers. You don't need anybody holding you back. You're trying to get ahead. All right, Aries. All right, Taurus, sit back and observe. Regardless of how hard that might be, I know sometimes it's just hard to stop and sit back and shut your mouth. I understand, Taurus. Romance can surface if you get into some of those fitness programs you've been putting off. Be careful not to hurt the ones you love. Isn't that so? Like that's what happens all the time. We hurt the ones we love because they're the closest to us. So be careful not to do that because you love them. You don't want to hurt them. Gemini, if they're too demanding, reconsider this union. Short trips may be the thing, maybe tiring but rewarding. Listen to a good friend who is truly looking out for your best interest. Yeah, listen to a good friend today, Gemini. It got your best interest at heart. You'll know if they're a good friend or not. Yeah, you know you're good friends. So don't listen to the ones that are not your good friends, because they're not going to give you the best advice today. It's the good friends. Cancer. Finish off old projects before starting something new. Try not to push your philosophies on others. The advice you get today may be based on false information. Cancer, treat that lie. Okay, y'all, I said that. That means go get to the root of it. Check the information. Fact check your information today, Cancer. Because information and advice you may get may be based on false information. So just check it out. You're trying to do some stuff, make sure you got the right information. Leo, empty promises will cause upset. Investments are best left alone today. You mustn't take on other people's responsibilities or you may find yourself irritable and exhausted. Listen here. Let folks handle their own business, Leo. Leo, you get that a lot. I read that a lot for you. Don't take on everybody's business. Let them handle their own stuff. You know what I want to say, but it's a family show. Virgo, involvement in a fitness club will be conducive to engage in romantic connections. Okay, this is the second love at the gym horoscope. You are best to work behind the scenes on projects that require detail or precision. You may find yourself in the limelight for the wrong reasons. Oh, Virgo. I don't know what that reason is, but watch yourself. Because all spotlight shine ain't good spotlight shine. Alright? Alright, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thiason. Stay tuned.
I think I'll try this a new way. I'm gonna show you the tricks that I know. I'm getting tired of talking, and I need more of a show right now. It's time that you made your mind up, 'cause lately all it ever does is change. Feels like we're only talking, going round and around, back around. I will fight like no other every day. I won't stop like the others. I will stay. 'Cause now is the right time, and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I know I can win right now. It's a fun night. You got me on tonight, 'cause loving you is like I'm walking a tightrope so high. I hope we turn it around. No, I hope we turn it around. It's the right time. You feeling alright? I'm playing your game like I will win tonight. I think I'll do it on my way. I'm gonna show you what I'm going through, get you out of your comfort zone, 'cause I need more of the truth right now. It's time that you made your mind up, 'cause lately all it ever does is change. Feels like we're only talking, going round and around, back around. I will fight like no other every day. I won't stop like the others. I will stay. 'Cause now is the right time, and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I know I can win right now. It's a fun night. You got me on tonight, 'cause loving you is like I'm walking a tightrope so high. I hope we turn it around. No, I hope we turn it around. It's the right time. You feeling alright? I'm playing your game like I will win tonight. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. We'll turn this around. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. We'll turn this around.
Welcome back. So it's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thiason. We're going to pick it up with Libra. Physical work or exercise should be part of your schedule. Don't be critical or overly opinionated with dislikes. It could cause disapproval and unwanted opposition. Not everyone is going to be pleased with your plans. You can't please everybody, Libra. So don't try, Libra. You cannot. Don't even try. So not everybody's going to be pleased. Don't worry about it. Keep it moving. Scorpio, you may experience setbacks due to additional responsibilities with loved ones. Don't prejudge. You may get drawn into personal situations that will not be to your liking. Watch for empty promises that may give you false hope. Yeah, don't prejudge. Don't prejudge the situation. Get the facts first, Scorpio. Don't do it because you could be wrong. Straight up. Sagittarius, you can come up with ways of earning extra cash. Yeah. Your ability to get the job done will result in added responsibility and possible promotion. New romantic relationships will develop through group activity related to sports events. All right, listen here. Exercise, sporting events, that seem to be the theme for the day. So if you're looking for romance, you don't want to swim in the pee pool, as my daughter say. Go on to the gym, do some exercise, go to a sporting event. Maybe that's not the pee pool. She said the dating pool is full of pee. That thing tickled me. Capricorn, you may want to invest in something that will grow in value. Travel will be favorable. You can gain knowledge from dealing with foreigners. You might be overly emotional concerning situations at work. Don't let them see you sweat at work, baby. Listen, don't let them see you sweat at work. When they see you sweat, they got you. So don't be overly emotional today at work. Don't let them see you sweat. Because once they see you sweat, they know they got you. Aquarius, uncertainty regarding your direction is likely. If your lover tries to curtail your freedom, it may lead to conflict. Travel for business will be advantageous. Yeah, get out there and travel. Have you some fun. It's going to be advantage. Going to give you an advantage today, Aquarius. Yeah, you do that. And my fellow fish Pisces, your emotional partner will push their buttons, your right buttons today. Ugh, that's a good thing. Broaden your horizon and look into programs that will teach you awareness and relaxation. Yes. Yes. Pleasure trips will be emotionally favorable. Okay, fish, listen here. You want to listen. I went down to the water yesterday. If mosquitoes weren't there, I probably would have been in heaven because it was beautiful. So you need to find a pleasure trip because it's going to be favorable emotionally. And while you're there, find a program that's going to teach you relaxation and awareness. I'm still working on the relaxation part, y'all. Awareness, I'm getting there. The relaxation piece of it, not there yet. I'm getting there, though. I'm getting there. Because my mind is racing all the time. All right, so that's all the horoscopes I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to bring you more horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thotson. Now, let's get on here with this COVID report. Oh, y'all know this COVID report. They said we're doing better. Even though Georgia's still, like, I think number 3 in the nation for COVID cases. I think they're like number 3. Right now, we have 268,973 confirmed COVID-19 cases here in Georgia. 5,604 people have passed away. It's a lot of people, y'all, to be lost to. A lot of people. In Gwinnett County, whew, this number is huge, y'all. Let me give y'all this number according to, let me see. What is this? So, Hart County, I have no idea what Hart County is. But Gwinnett compared to Hart County. Gwinnett, 24,182 cases. Gwinnett. Only second to Fulton, which has, wait a minute. Do we have more than Fulton? Hold on. Fulton got 24,801. What we got? Yeah, Fulton got more than us. So only second to Fulton. 333 people have passed away from COVID-19 here in Gwinnett County. 24,182 confirmed cases here in Gwinnett County. 333 people passed away. It's not good. In Fulton County, 515 people have passed away. I'm telling y'all, them numbers are crazy. You know, I just be glad when they get this thing under control. Like, so we can get back to some fun. Because my daughter said this morning, you know, I guess they're trying to do something for my birthday. I was like, listen, I'm not leaving this country. It's bad enough trying to navigate the country. You think I'm going outside the country? Not going anywhere. Plus, I got 5-6 months. I ain't even thinking about that right now. I'm focused on the present. All right, so let's get on to some news you can use. Here, listen to this. Now, this shocked me, but I don't know why I'm shocked because all businesses are taking a hit right now. Coca-Cola is about to cut thousands of jobs. Thousands. Do you understand what I'm saying? 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, y'all. It's already bad enough. My daughter was telling me, she's like, you know, I put in 87 resumes. And she's like, nobody called me back. Nobody called her back. That's the crazy part. She said, you know how depressing? I was like, nah, I really don't know how depressing it is. I can imagine it's very stressful. I'm an entrepreneur, so I don't have to put resumes in. But she did, and she was like, it's very depressing. But here's the thing. The job pool has shrunken because a lot of people, a lot of qualified people are out of jobs right now. So now the competition is stiffer. You got Coca-Cola announced Friday that it's doing a major reorganization of its workforce and it's going to cut jobs. 4,000.
Wow.
4,000.
That's a huge amount.
That's just in the U.S. When you add in Puerto Rico and Canada, it comes to a total of 10,800. It's a lot of people, y'all. Yep. They got 4,400 people in the metro area alone. So that's a lot of people. And this, you know, right now, they got people working home. And I think that's the other thing, too. Like, they got 4,400 people working remotely from home right now. Most of them, right? That's another thing. When you think about this as a business, right? You got a building. You paying, like, you know, you paying for a building. You paying for all these different benefits. You got people that have proven we can work from home efficiently and probably do a better job. One of my best friends, she told me she's been working home since the whole COVID-19 pandemic hit. She works in pharmaceutical. And she said to me, all right, to be honest, she said, I do more work at home than I did when I was at the job. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah. She said, because I get to lay down for a second, take a minute, just relax, and then I go back and I do more work. And I relax, and I go back and I do more work. She said, I do way more work now than when I'm at work. And I was like, wow, I never thought about it like that. So, So you got people working from home, and, it's probably working for a lot of companies. Like, it probably is working for a lot of companies. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song because I got some exciting news. Georgia, you're going to like this news. I am so souped up about this. I can't. Okay, so I'm going to a song. I'll be back, y'all. Stay tuned. welcome back. So listen, this is an interesting story. So when I first moved down here, I love magazines, G. So I subscribe to Georgia Trend magazine. I get the Gwinnett magazine in the mail. I get all these magazines in the mail because I'm a magazine junkie. And so in Georgia Trend, there was a story about a town called Toomsboro, and they said the town was for sale. I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, a whole town is for sale? So I said to my husband, I'm going to buy that town and become the mayor. But it's so far from where we are. It's about an hour and a half from here, maybe 2 hours. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm going to buy that town. I want to buy that town. And so that's when I started thinking about politics. And then I was like, yeah, I can't. That's too far. Like, nobody's going to go live in Toomsboro with me. So I'm not, I can't buy the town because nobody's going to go with me. That's what I said to myself. And so instead I started this podcast and forgot about politics. But anyway, he sent me an article yesterday, and it was something on Facebook or somewhere. He sent it to me, and it says 19 black families got together and bought 96 acres in Toomsboro. And so practically they own the town, right? So the town was, this guy bought the town for $2 million, $2.5 million or something. This guy, he was a developer. He was going to go there. He was going to develop some stuff. It's a really tiny town, y'all. It's got about 700 residents in it. But it's enough acreage to make some stuff happen. So I think it had one street light, one post office, one movie theater. It was something crazy, but it was like, it's still considered a town. We have a town in Gwinnett County that people don't even know about. It's called Rest Haven. And I want to say, somebody told me it had like 100 residents in it. And I was like, really? So it's a part of Gwinnett County. But nobody ever talks about it because, I don't know. I think it has a mayor and everything, but we never hear anything about Rest Haven. But anyway, so this 19 families got together and they bought 96 point something acres of land. They're going to develop that land and turn into and build out the town. So the mayor, who's an African American woman, she's a mayor there, and she's like, we want the person that's going to come in here. They're going to love it. We're a very close-knit community. It's 700 people, so I'm imagining they are really close. I want a house there. I ain't going to even lie. But it was exciting to me because I remember when I read that story and I was like, man, that would be so cool to go in there and buy a town. Like I've heard, Richard Branson owns some islands in Fiji, right? Right? It would be nice to own a town inside the United States. That would be great. And I thought about that. But what's cool is they're having a big camp out this weekend. Of course, I went online trying to find a camper. Can't find a camper anywhere. I said to my husband, listen, maybe we could just sleep in the truck. He's, where we going to go to the bathroom at? I was like, I don't know. I just want to be a part of that whole thing. I think that is so amazing. Like, I couldn't buy the town, but I would really want to be a part of that whole camp out on the land. Oh, my God, you have no idea. I was so excited last night. So he texted me this morning. He said, did you find us a camper? I was like, I can't find no camper. And so, people, I can't rough it, y'all. It's a camp out, for real. And so I went online. I looked at porta potties last night. I looked at portable shower. They have everything you need, seriously. If we really wanted to go, I could just go and buy all that stuff. The shower little thing you get inside so nobody can't see you take a shower and use the bathroom. So I said to him, well, who's gonna dump the porta potty? Because that's gross. And he's like, he was like, I don't know. Because we take it. I said, listen, somebody going to have to clean it because it can't go back in the car with us home. It was like, ew, that's gross. But anyway, I was excited about that because I felt like that was history in the making. But it just goes to show the things that can be done when you collaborate with each other and work together to make things happen. And if people get their egos out of the way, a lot more things can take place and a lot more things can happen and we can do a lot more development. Remember, for those of you who don't know, African Americans spend the most money in this country. We spend over $1 trillion every year. So we have spending power. We just need to put the spending power to things that's going to benefit us. And that's what we normally don't do. We don't do it. I'm just going to be honest. That's normally what we don't do.
Yeah.
Other business owners and cultures, that's what they do. They keep the monies in their communities. They build out their communities. That's why I love Gwinnett County. Gwinnett is gorgeous. And that's because taxpayers have said, we want Gwinnett to be gorgeous. So they put the money back into the community. I hardly ever leave, really. There's really no reason for me to really leave Gwinnett County. And I really rarely do. This is where I live. And so if other communities did the same thing, if they took pride in their community and rebuilt their community, they would be much better off. But I'm super duper excited about that. I'm trying to find me a camper. I'm really not all that interested in sleeping in a tent on the ground. Not that interested in that. However, that may be good to sleep on the earth, and so it can draw all of that energy out of my body. It may be a thought. You know, that's called earthing, y'all. That's a thing. It's a real thing, earthing. Go outside, lay on the ground, let the earth pull all the impurities out your body. It's called earthing. There's books and everything. I have them. All right. So this next story is pretty cool too. Now I got to tell you, I don't like the branding on this. I don't like the packaging. I like the story. I like the purpose of the story. So Master P, who's a rapper, made millions and millions of dollars as a rapper, and he went on to launch a whole lot of other different businesses. I like Master P because Master P is a straight up for real entrepreneur. He was going to play pro basketball. I think he got injured, so he didn't get a chance to play pro. But he decided, you know what, I'm gonna take this rap game, I'm gonna turn it around. So he was the first rapper to write his own contract for his deal. Like, he was the first rapper to say, you know what, I'm gonna keep 85% of my money and you gonna get 15%. He did that, and he changed the game for rappers. Because rappers were getting ripped off like crazy because they just need somebody to distribute their music. And he's like, I'm gonna distribute my own music out the back of my trunk, and that's what he did. And he signed a deal, I want to say one of the big labels, but he was getting 85% of his own revenue and they were getting 15%, which is how it should be. If I'm putting in all the work of making music, going to the studio, I'm gonna get the buck of my money. And that's what he did. But anyway, he took that money and he didn't blow it. He parlayed it into other business ventures. So now, you know, a few weeks ago I talked about them taking Aunt Jemima off the pancake box, and they took Uncle Ben off the rice. Well, Master P said, it's okay. Put me on the pancake box and put me on the rice. Oh my God. It's called Uncle P's Louisiana seasoned pancake and Uncle P's white rice. Now, I ain't mad at Master P. Do your thing, baby. Do your thing. I don't like the package though, P. I don't really like I don't like the red. I think the box is too bland. I don't like the packaging. I understand the mission and the message. Hey, do your thing. I don't eat rice, but I'm right there with you. I do like pancakes though. I ain't gonna lie. I like pancakes. But I think what he's doing is so cool, and a lot of people get pissed off because they say he's just slapping his name on anything. There was a story about him. He said, and this is true, when you go to college, if you a poor kid coming from the hood going to college, guess what you gonna eat if you ain't got a meal plan? Oodles of noodles.
Noodle. Yeah.
That's what you gonna eat. Because that's what I ate. I ate plenty of oodles of noodles, eggs, cheese and eggs, sunflower seeds, and orange juice. That's what I ate when I was in college. I ate that a lot. But I worked in the cafeteria, so I was smart. I'm like, I'm gonna get me a job in the caf. In the caf, I lived in the best dorm in my college, in Montclair State. And I worked downstairs in the kitchen, so all I had to do was go downstairs and eat. So we kind of got that extra food, but for the most part, it was oodles of noodles by the case. Sunflower seeds and orange juice, cheese and eggs. That's what we had.
Before ramen, huh?
Right. Well, oodles and noodles, ramen, that's the same thing. I call oodles and noodles. The same thing. Ramen noodles. But what he said when he went to college, it was the same thing for him. So he decided, hey, listen, I need to own a oodles and noodle company. It makes sense.
Right.
Like, I'm not mad at him, but people always try to find the bad in everything. They're not doing anything. How about that? You know what I mean? So his new line of products is called Louisiana Seasoned. It includes rice, beans, grits, which I want some grits right now, pancake mix, syrup, and oatmeal. I ain't mad at him. Okay. I'm not. And he got some potato chips that I call rap snacks. I ain't mad at him. Do your thing, baby. I don't like the packaging though, but I love what you're doing. The packaging is not cute. I need to talk to your brand manager on that one. The packaging ain't cute, G. Not at all.
No.
Nah. All right, so that's all the national stuff. Let's get on to some news we can use right here in Gwinnett County. So Gwinnett Cares is hosting a virtual summit. The virtual summit is being planned for September the 2nd, which is Wednesday, with sessions being offered via Zoom and Facebook Live from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. The summit is expected to focus on concerns in the medical communities, how to keep the virus from spreading in the workplace, and what residents in the county can do to prevent themselves from getting the disease. Because it's still spreading, y'all. It's still spreading. I just read that it was a baby in Cobb County, 1 year old, passed away. He was the first baby, I think, in the state that passed away. 1 year old. Oh my God, that's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And you want to make sure that you keep your family and friends safe. And I know a lot of people feel like, I want to get out and do stuff. Heck, they trying to take me on a trip for my birthday. I ain't going outside this country. Like, it's bad enough in the country. I'm definitely not, well, maybe better. I don't know. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not straying too far from home.
You in, that's the problem.
Right.
Let you in.
Right.
Place not letting us in.
Right. So. Yeah, right. Like Canada, they were saying Canada is borders are shut, and Mexico. How about Mexico? So y'all can't come over here. Mexico, like
Hawaii.
Put the wall up.
You can't go to Hawaii either.
Really? Hawaii's in the country though. You can't go to Hawaii.
No, they won't let you in Hawaii.
Really? Well, Mexico probably like, yeah, put the wall up now. Yeah, that's funny, right? That's funny, right? Put the wall up now. Stay your A out. That's what I really want to say what I want to say, but I won't. It's a family show. Anyway, officials from Gwinnett County Health Department, Northside Hospital, Eastside Medical Center, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Viewpoint Health, Good Samaritan Health Center of Gwinnett, Four Corners Primary Care Center, and Gwinnett Coalition for Health and Human Services will provide the services during the summit. So they're going to be doing this summit. So if you want to check it out, it's going to be September the 2nd, which is Wednesday, starting at 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. You can go to Eventbrite and type it in. It's Gwinnett Cares, caring for the community through COVID-19. So check out the summit, and you can find out more information. It's all over the news. There's a lot of information out there, but just in case you missed something or you need an update on something, check it out, especially because it's our area, and they're trying to tell you what to do to stay safe in our area. Remember, we got like the third most cases in this state, in the United States right now. So we're not doing all that great. I talked about this last week because, a lot of people say we open up too soon. A lot of people say we should close down. It's just a lot. And it should be mandatory mask and all that kind of stuff. And, the governor's saying there would not be a mandatory mask law. So that's not going to happen. But, hey, I don't know what we're going to do. So right now this past Saturday, y'all, I thought this was really cool. Even though kids are they were sheltered in for a minute, they're going back to school, back into the classroom. Like they started on the 12th, they went back into the classroom on the 26th, and they said by September the 9th, everybody should be back in school if they want to. But anyway, they did a book bag drive this past Saturday, and I thought that was pretty cool. Kids can walk to the nearby Swanee Carnival Fraternal Order Police. So the Fraternal Order Police did this book drive. And even though you would think that, kids don't need it because they're working from home, they did need it. And so they did this book drive because they understand that kids still need it. And I think for the kids, that probably provided some type of excitement. Because I remember when I was a little kid going back to school, one of the things we loved was the first day of school. Like, we got a chance to go to the store. Remember that? You got to go to the store.
Yeah.
Buy all your pencils and pens and notebooks and stuff, and your first new outfit, like you got like the first week of new clothes. Remember that? And then after that was back to last year's clothes. Yeah, that was exciting. That was exciting. So I think for the kids, that probably was exciting as well. So kudos to the Fraternal Order Police for doing this, because I really believe that probably helped the kids out, because they didn't have a normal summer. They didn't have a normal school year period. Like, it just fell apart. And so I'll give you all a round of applause for that, because that was cool. Last year I got a chance to participate in Christmas in the Park, and that was in December. And I thought that was a really cool event hosted by Derek J. Wilson, who was running for commissioner for District 3, which is the district in which we live. And we did a toy drive, a coat drive, and a luncheon. And when I tell you, people were so excited, y'all, to get like coats and food and toys for their kids. I was like, man, you wouldn't think that that's how we are right now. Like, things are like that, but it is. I mean, it's rough right now for a lot of people. And I want to see it do better. That's why I talk about these things on the show, so you can know how to participate in these events with these organizations that are doing all these great things. And so, it's so many nonprofits out there. Go online and just type in nonprofits and find ones that you want to support and support them. Like, we give away a lot of stuff. Like I told you, like it's nonprofits that come and pick up the stuff that we give away, and we give away a lot. Like, this time we gave away an air fryer. My daughter had a swing for the baby that the baby hardly ever sat in the swing. It's a motorized swing. She had a She had changing tables and baby beds that baby hardly ever slept on or used. So we were able to give all that stuff away because I know that there is some kid out there. Like even in December we had a it was something big. It was a bassinet. She had a beautiful bassinet. The baby never slept in the bassinet ever.
Wow.
She never slept in it. So somebody got a brand, and we saw them roll that bassinet out. It was a brand new bassinet that we gave. I gave her a coat that I never wore. It was a beautiful burgundy faux mink coat that I never wore. And then it was brand new. I never wore it. And so the woman came in. It was raining that day, y'all. It was cold. And I was like, man, it's raining and cold. Because it was December. And that woman came in with her 3 kids and her husband. And she sat there really quiet. They sat there until the food was ready for them to eat. And they got them to got some food. But the first thing she did after she ate was she went straight to the coats. And she picked up that burgundy coat. And I saw her. So I'm sitting all the way across the room at the very end of the other side of the room. Because I was doing the podcast live. And I saw her put that coat on. And I saw her close that coat up and just kind of do a little spin for her husband. And I was like, my heart just dropped. It melted because there are people out there who are still very much in need of our help. And so anything you can do to help, be sure to do that, y'all. Because I'm telling you, they need it. They need it. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Stay tuned.
I've been feeling emotional, thinking about you, babe. What can we focus on? What we should do? Tell me the truth, 'cause I don't wanna see you with somebody else. And I've been feeling lonely in this king size bed. I'm trying not to worry about the things you say. I ain't got the time, you're always on my mind. Baby, why you playing with my love? I'm trying to be patient with you now. I'll never be sober if you don't pull me closer. Look me in my eyes and tell me how I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. I've been feeling delusional. Thinking about us, babe. Your body's so beautiful. All I want is your love. Can't get enough. 'Cause I don't wanna see you with somebody else. And I've been feeling lonely in this king size bed. I'm trying not to worry about the things you say. I ain't got the time. You're always on my mind. Baby, why you playing with my love? I'm trying to be patient with you now. I'll never be sober if you don't pull me closer. Look me in my eyes and tell me how I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. Baby, why you playing with my love? I'm trying to be patient with you now. I'll never be sober if you don't pull me closer. Look me in my eyes and tell me how I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized.
Welcome back, y'all. So listen, there is a municipal election coming up for Norcross for councilmen or councilwoman. Sonia Lopez and incumbent Joshua Bear are going to compete against each other for the seat currently held by Bear. So if you want to vote in this election, which is going to be to vote in this municipal election is October 5th. The deadline to register to vote for the election is October the 5th. The election will take place at 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. November 3rd with the general election. So make sure you just vote in general. Go and register to vote in general. This is one of the most important elections. I thought when Barack got in the chair, it was like one of the most important. I think this may be even more important than that. Because we knew we was going to make history if President Obama won, right? Now, I feel like if we don't do something, I honestly, I know this sounds crazy and conspiracy theorist kind of stuff, but I think about Russia and China, right? They're on that side of the world together, right? Neither one of them like us. When I say us, I mean United States. I feel like Russia have become our friends to backstab us, and China's going to join them to take us down. That's how I feel. And I could be totally wrong, but that's just how I feel. Like when you learn, let me tell you something about, and I'm going to talk about football in a second, but I'm going to give y'all a football scenario. My brother is a high school football coach, and my nephew is a college football coach, right? So we are a football family. They watch the tapes they watch video over and over and over and over again, right? Why? So they can find out what the opponent's weaknesses are, right? I feel like that's what Russia and China has done for us. Like they have watched us over and over and over. Then they know what our weaknesses are. That's what my brother said. He said he sit there and he watch every school over and over and over again because he needs to know their weaknesses so when they get ready to play them, they know how to beat them. Right? That's what they do in football. That's what they do in sports. I feel like that's what Russia and China are doing for us. I feel like they have discovered our weaknesses and now they're plotting to take us down. That's my own belief. That's why I feel like this election is probably one of the most important. And for some people that may sound really far-fetched. You know what I'm saying, G? But
yeah, well, if you look at other countries that have been taken over, it always seems far-fetched in the beginning.
Right. Until it's too late.
Till it's too late. So, yeah.
And I think
get it.
Yeah, people are so blinded by their hatred of the opposition that they're missing the big picture. And the big picture is, and I'm gonna say this till they put me in the box: united we stand, divided we're gonna hit the face. We're gonna hit the floor face down. China and Russia, they just sitting there waiting. We've made enemies of our friends, so we don't have any friends. We're kind of just out there in the wilderness by our freaking selves, and China and Russia are waiting to take us down. And check this out. That's biblical. Check the Bible. It's in there. It's biblical. And it's not just me saying it, and I know it sounds crazy, but for all the Christians and the evangelists out there, check the Bible. Because Russia is not our friend, and neither is China. Because they all hate us. And united we stand, divided we fall on our face. And I'm going to say that to end. So it's very important that you register to vote. It's very important that you go out and vote after you register. It's very important that you check the registration before it gets close to the time to vote, because you never know if the voting rolls are messed up. Is your name spelled wrong? Is your address wrong? Did your signature look different? All this craziness that I'm almost positive is going to take place in this upcoming election. Just check it out. Last year when we had to go vote, I forgot what we were voting for. We were voting for something. So I'm big on going on the last day, because I feel like, okay, we're gonna go on the last day. It's because it's like that thing, right? I won't do that ever again. I'll never go on the last day. Nothing happened. I was able to vote, but here's what happened. There was a young lady who came in. She was pregnant. She was out there too. It was hot, and she was tired. And she was like, I'm tired, I'm hot, and they keep bouncing me from one voting precinct to the other, and they just kept doing that. And I said to her, listen, baby, I know you tired, but wherever they tell you to go vote, you go vote. Because this is done intentionally for you not to vote, because they know you're going to get tired and don't go vote. She said, okay. She said, I'm tired. I said, no. Sit down for a second, but go find out, go to the next polling place. That's got to be it. If you done went to 3, it was ridiculous, y'all. It was ridiculous. And I had to talk to her, like, you got to go vote. They want you not to vote. That's the whole purpose of this nonsense they're putting you through. So what I'm saying to you guys is, do not wait till the last minute to vote. Do not. Go vote early where there are no lines, where you ain't got to pull up a chair and sit in a line. Because I'm not standing in line. I'm going to vote. Soon as they say the polls are open to vote early, I will be out there voting early. Here's why. Yeah. One, I don't want to stand in long lines, and I know they're going to be ridiculous. Two, I want to make sure everything is straight. I need to make sure my name is spelled right, the address is right, my signature matches up, all the nonsense that could possibly happen. You want to make sure that you're covered. That's all I'm saying. It's important.
But the sad thing about it, I know you have to probably get ready to go. But the sad thing about it is that we should not, at this point in 2020, in this day and age, we should not have to be even dealing with that situation.
Right.
About voting and having a problem voting and having the polling places closed, in different areas, and it's just so I don't know.
It's unfortunate.
It's ridiculous.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
We should not in this country be dealing with these voting restrictions and things like that. It just shouldn't be happening. We should be able to go, we should be able to mail in stuff and do the things that we normally do. This should not be happening in this country.
It should not. We're supposed to be the best country in the world. Well, now that's not going to be the case anymore. It's not, because people are still people are looking at us laughing right now. How stupid we are. They're not looking at us and say, "Oh my God, America is the greatest country ever." They're looking at us like America is a debacle. My God, it's terrible. It's shameful. It's shameful. All right, I'm going to my... You're right, D. It is. Go vote. I'm going to my last song. I'm going to come back and close it out with my last song and my word of inspiration for the day. Stay tuned.
So many questions that I wanna ask, but I can find the reasons why. You always find a small excuse to leave. What's your excuse to make me cry? My love was lost when you came and took it all. My mind says stop, but my heart is screaming out. Don't go, just leave, no stay with me. I'm incomplete. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up. Just leave, no stay with me. I'm incomplete. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up. How can I love you when you're not around? How can I let you let me down, down, down? How can I long for you feeling so small? Love should be everything or not at all. My love was lost when you came and took it all. My mind says stop, but my heart is screaming out. Don't go, just leave, no stay with me. I'm incomplete. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up. Just leave, no stay with me. I'm incomplete. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up.
Welcome back. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. But before I go, I want to give you my word of inspiration, and here it goes. It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies, but just as much to stand up to our friends. Oh, let me say that again. It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies, but just as much to stand up to our friends. J.K. Rowling said that, and she was absolutely right. We have no problem standing up to people that we feel are enemies, but honey, when it's time to stand up to them friends because we love them, we have a huge problem with that. And for that, sometimes we get taken advantage of. We get walked all over because of that. And sometimes you just have to put your foot down and say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm done, and be okay with that. And let me tell you, they'll be okay with it too. A lot of times you don't think that they're going to be okay with it. They have no other choice. And if they're not okay with it, then that's up to them to get okay with it, not up to you. So here's the thing. No is a powerful word. If there's somebody in your life that you need to say no to, you need to stand up to them, and you know you're saying no for the right reasons, then say no. I know it's going to take a lot for you to do that, but do it. Trust me, I had to do it in my own life, and when I did that, I felt a lot better. I slept better. I wasn't walking around angry and being mad about things. You know what I mean? I was not. And these were people that I loved, would probably lay down my life for. But I had to say no to some things in order for me to have a life. Let me just say that. In order for me to have a life. So sometimes you have to just stand up and be brave to the people that you love. You know, your friends, your family, you have to sometimes. And if they're not okay with it, especially when you know it's something that's going to benefit you, because sometimes you need to be a little bit selfish for yourself. We give a lot to everybody, and we give a little to ourselves. And so, you know, that's my word against. We give a lot to everybody, and we give a little to ourselves.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to give a lot to yourself, and it's okay, and don't have to feel guilty about that. I had to learn that the hard way, and once I learned it, I have not deviated too much away from that. Every now and then, I fold. But for the most part, I don't. I do not. So listen, thank you again for listening. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last hour and 8 minutes with me, and I appreciate you so much. Be sure to go and follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Twitter at GM Gwinnett. And follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. Also, go to Apple Podcasts and give your favorite episodes 5 stars over there. Because I need your help in moving up the ranks in the Apple Podcast machine. I call it machine because it is. And I need to be inside the top of that machine, and I need your help to get there. So please, do me a favor. Go to Apple Podcasts and give your favorite episode 5 stars. Also, you want to support the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com and purchase anything you see that you like. And then I'll send it to a friend. Buy a gift. I will appreciate that so much. That helps me continue to share this show with you and your friends and bring you more news and to expand the show as well. I appreciate you for listening. Be sure to keep your mask on. Stay safe out there. Hey, until next time, y'all, make it a great day. Bye now. Bye, G.
Bye.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.